Hi, everyone. My name's Chris Williams, and I'd like to welcome you back to my listening project. When we were last together, I posed a question, and the question was, what would it be like if we could be our own best listener? And not in a way where we say, okay, it's me against the world, and I have to listen to myself because there's nobody else, but rather in a way where we face the world as a spiritual being, able to go into that inner divine part of ourselves and use that to guide and support us in our life. You know, I believe that being our own best listener is the most intimate relationship that we can have. When we talk about intimacy, sometimes in this culture we think of sexual relationship, where it's an intimate relationship. Or we even, if we go to buy underwear in the department store, it's called intimate apparel. At least it is in the women's department. But this kind of intimacy has far more meaning because it's intimacy within oneself. And it has the divine qualities that are part of that. And when you're able to go into yourself and both talk within this very sacred space and listen within this very sacred space, well, it's a game changer in life. So now today, what we're going to do is imagine and envision. And this is a wonderful thing to do at this time of the year. And let's go back to that question again of what would it be like if we were our own best listener? What would it be like if we could access that inner part of ourselves without fear or grief or anger or our ego needs? And to help us get to that point of what that would be like, I'd like you to try this. Think now for a moment of a time when you were able to access those parts of yourself to make a decision in life. And this decision could be a big time decision like taking a particular job or selecting a career or determining who you wanted to be with in a relationship. Or it could be something on more of a day to day basis in terms of how you choose to conduct yourself that day or who you want to associate with. Whatever it is, it's some choice or decision that you had to make. And you had to go to that more spiritual side of yourself and listen to what you were being guided to do. And this listening could come in the form of a gut reaction. It could come in the form of just a knowing. So we're not talking about having to hear something actually in our ear. It can come to us in many, many ways. So you think about how did that feel after making that decision and realizing that even though you didn't know how things were going to turn out, you just felt it was the right thing for you to do. So if I say, how did you feel about that? You might think, well, I felt really authentic, or because it was my decision and I felt that this was the real me and what was best for me. You might say, I feel more confident knowing that I'm able to do that. But whatever it is, both good or bad, right or wrong, try to pull up how you felt about that during that very positive kind of decision that you made. Now, we go back again, and after you have those words, you go back and pose the question again to yourself. If I were to become my own best listener, what would that be like? What would that feel like? And you can pose this question in the evening before you go to bed. You can pose it in the morning. Shoot, you can pose it if you're in the shower or driving to work. It really doesn't matter. But posing the question to yourself where you sit back and you say, okay, self, I really want to know, what do you think? It has a very freeing effect on our subconscious mind. And it also gives the divine permission to help out in this case, to really explore and to do this in a non-judgmental and fun way. So continue to pose the question and let's not expect an answer right away. Let's give it some time of a few days, a couple weeks, whatever makes the most sense to you. But allow those words to come forward. Allow these things to be revealed within yourself. And when you think you've done that for long enough, put together your words and see what you come up with. So next time we'll be taking this just a step further into what makes the most sense for us for further developing ourselves as our own best listener. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again. Please post any comments you have. I'd love to hear how you're doing. Until we meet again, may the listener in each of us grow and flourish. Thank you.